Okay, we're back. All right. Anyway, so go on, Jarrell. You were saying?
Well, I mean, you already covered it earlier. I was just reiterating that this very much exemplifies in this chapter the way that real game, in-game rules are the game's own universe's rules are followed and more abstractly followed, and it's more video gaminess for the sake of video gaminess than it is, common sense knowledge. You rolled some die earlier, and a shelf opened.
Yeah.
It speaks for itself.
Well, and that also it kind of hits up the. No, it looks like a tooth. I'm sorry, somebody in the chat asked if that was a tooth. No, it is. It's what's called the soul shell. It has like this weird. It's a bullet that has a gathering of weird coagulated / frozen blood on it, and that's kind of its thing. It is. What it signifies, I guess, is really up to interpretation. It's never really clarified other than the fact that it is a key for a lock. I also like the. There's a sort of tongue-in-cheek assumption that this place where the fate of literally a nation is decided is basically a gambling den. Oh God, this one.
Yeah, these ones are annoying.
Yeah, I'm just going to.
You need Dan for it.
Yep, that's right. I'm sure I've killed enough to be able to unlock it.
The fact that Kevin has invisibility almost introduces a Resident Evil-like management of resources where, can I really deal with this right now? No, I'm just going to run away. And he
Yes.
Actually gives you the freedom to make that call if you so choose.
Something else that's missing from the PS2 version is like when you select the Smiths that are inactive and you bring them out of the latency. In the GameCube version, they're standing on that stage with the purple curtains, and that visually resonates with Coburn Elementary School toward the end of the game. But they have a little animation that shows them turning toward the viewer. And if I remember correctly, on the PS2 version, that's not even there. They're just like, you click wake up, and there's blip right there in your face. Like Con there just turned around, and you would not see that. And Kevin's invisibility time is worth investing in, particularly for. There are some enemies later on that, just like some areas, that if you are low on health, the best thing to do, you're right, is just to run straight through as invisible. Also, when you're invisible, you can kind of hear their weird mumbling that they do.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's something you sort of hear when you're in the vicinity of a neutral Heaven Smile that isn't actively pursuing you. That's just what they're always doing when they're standing around, and normally you don't really have the opportunity to hear that, partly because there's so much sound pollution from the game in general, and specifically from being in combat. But when they're invisible, they're just doing their own thing, and when you get close to them, you'll realize, yeah, they're just incomprehensibly mumbling to themselves. And in a sense, as much as the invisibility thing works in your favor, you're still constantly unsettled.
Okay, it just occurred to me, most of the time I bet for Travis's postures, they probably looked at clothing magazines and probably just picked out poses from there, because that is almost always what he's doing, outside of, the errant pelvic thrust.
I like how when he is doing the pelvic thrust, his tank top is hostile.
I mean, these aren't the ways you guys chill out on a Sunday. Like, I don't know. Oh man, so much on my mind.
Hang out at the gas station and do pelvic thrusts.
In a tank top.
Near a gas tank with an empty gas tank with a head inside. 1437625. All right, I'm gonna forget that now. 1437625. Oh, hi. That's why Mom said never run around corners when there are suicide bombers.
This target is kind of... Well, I don't know. I guess the game starts getting like this for a while from this point, which is why I kind of pointed out the contrast between the beginning of Sunset and how sort of tonally and thematically and politically, faux politically dense it is. And I don't know, that after this it gets kind of... I don't know, it feels like the middle, a kind of broadened middle. We're just kind of wandering around now, and there's just loads of enemies. It's like way more than you've actually encountered, I think, in a good while, and there isn't a very explicit goal. You're just kind of going through the motions.
That's what I noticed playing through the game in the past week, is that apart from this one's Sunset and the last episode, Smile, pretty much all of the assignments are very personal. Like, they're dedicated more to
the target in question, or the character.
The target in question, yeah. or character advancement. Like like in Encounter, it's someone directly related to Dan Smith.
Yeah, that's right.
And Cloudman is all about Andre Almeida. But yeah, it's funny how it is a very politically charged game, but it only shows up for really two assignments.
Like I said, it's always an undercurrent, but it's only explicitly on the forefront. Like it's kind of bookended at the beginning, at the end, as something you have to actively, consciously deal with. But in the middle, it becomes this weird episodic game where those issues are actually just kind of thematic backdrop to other little curiosities the game wants to explore.
Does anybody remember the order of numbers? Because I push buttons in between now and then, and I am not capable of remembering any sequence.
Why is this...
Thank you. 1. Hardcore all remember number run. Sorry guys, have to reset the game now.
I think Parker has it right. No need.
I'm sorry. I can't take my killer7 puzzle victories secondhand. And I find this ridiculously self-indulgent as a puzzle, just because it seems like a far more time devoted to it than it needs.
Horse racing is exciting, James. Come on, you gotta get into it.
No, it was the race that went down in history. I know.
45% of the game's budget went towards this sequence right here, guys. If you didn't know,
the horses were made of silver, and that takes a lot of money to render. You actually had to take real silver and put it in the game.
Yeah. Also, they filmed this in the White House for thematic relevance, but you just don't know because
you're not that much of a fan.
Privy, that too.
Is this a save harming room? I forget.
There is actually an easy way to tell.
Are they on the map differently? Or is there...
There's just...
Yeah, they're marked on the map, and you can also tell by looking at the color of the lamp outside the room.
Holy crap.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Red is safe, green is Samantha's off.
Come on. Slowly. There we go. Oh, no. I need to go back with Coyote, right? There's a jumpy place.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't want to miss a soul shell, would you?
Oh, no. And I don't remember if you can actually... I'm sure you can actually kill this thing by just simply hitting it enough times, but... And that is...
It takes years, though.
That's what it seems. That is one of the more grotesque enemy designs in this game. With that weird body, with the... I mean, the legs are still there.
Gross. Never really played much for the invisibility.
No, only when as a puzzle solution thing.
Yeah, I didn't realize it had an actual effect on gameplay.
Yeah, back when it came out, I think I was actually into it enough that I did single character runs for every single character. So.
Oh no, it's not a soul shell. It's a knot engraving.
Ah. As opposed to a completely normal engraving.
Run-of-the-mill engraving.
Yeah, common engraving.
Tuesday's average engraving.
Pancakes and butter engraving.
Listen, has an eye for little knickknacks like this.
Alright. Alright. Oh god, that thing is there.
I'm going to read Ray's last comment here. This game is fragmented. The rooms are fractured like glass. There's a despondency and a forced separation of things, like with screen transitions stuff. Parts of a mind walked away. Why are you shooting things that smile and laugh also? Have you ever met somebody that smiles and laughs?
Yeah, it is deeply upsetting. I saw somebody like that once, and that's when I moved to America, where nobody does that sort of thing. I love Iwazaru's polite, just constantly deferring the moment of telling you the fact, and it's not like there's anything emotionally charged. It's just simply ancillary information. if the happy people had bombs somehow stitched inside them, then yes, that would be the case. I think whenever I think of like these hot spots, I kind of think that those are when I'm killing people, killing Heaven Smiles. When I'm killing people, right? When I'm killing Heaven Smiles, I basically think of it as like trying to shoot wherever the bomb is stitched into their bodies. Even though obviously like hitting the bomb and destroying it that way would cause the same kind of explosion that you sustain damage through, but. All right, just barely made it. Jarrell, do you remember? Does that doctor have? Does that doctor show up in Hand of Killer 7 anywhere as an explained figure?
I do not remember offhand. No, I'm sorry.
Okay. I'm going to need Coyote here pretty soon, so let's just build that up right now. Alright.
Does speed up firing speed exclusively, or does it increase speed in general?
I think it also has to do with reload. No, I don't know.
Because Coyote is clumsy as hell.
Yeah, isn't it also reload? I think that's right, actually. Attack speed. Well, alright.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. I frequently mess this up because it involves remembering things. And that is, I did not go to grad school. Oh.
No. Oh.
Let's just take a moment and reflect.
Stop. No.
Stop. Don't tell me what to not do in game time.
Shoot the big pot.
Well, the thing was, it's like I didn't scan. I mean, I scanned, but I fired before.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dear.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what you get.
Have you managed a counterattack yet, or oh? Nope. He sure hasn't.
Nope.
Kevin Smith's counterattack is just to run face first into the enemy.
It is. He is the most embattled warrior. He goes in knowing he will die.
Does every character have a parry technique? And by parry, I assume casual eye means counterattack.
I think so, but
everybody gets access to that at different rates, though. Some people get it earlier than others, and you have to level them up as pertains to their personal affinity.
And it's a manual technique. It's not automatic.
Yeah, and I think
like the down attack.
So even if you have it, I mean, it's still on you to actually pull it off.
I think that Garcian starts out with a down attack. I don't know about a counter attack or anything.
Yeah,
Garcian doesn't have a down attack or a counter attack. He doesn't really have any special.
No, that can't be right. No,
he's got a down attack. He'll hit them with a case.
Yeah.
Oh, Willie.
Yeah.
I just never played the Garcian much, so.
Well, yeah. I mean, Garcian is like the character that you only use when you absolutely have to.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Oh. Man. If being terrible is wrong, I don't want to be right.
Yeah. Phantom smiles are dangerous.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Yeah, to give you a little preview of what's coming up.
Oh God.
It is a smidge disorienting because, because of the delay of the stream. I hear the laughter that announces that they're there, maybe 3 seconds after. Yeah, the fall. This is one of the few instances that I see actual structural damage implicitly done by the Heaven Smiles.
I think that reintroduces itself once at the very end of the game at Lion, but that's also because at Kanjima, which itself is the
Well,
real
at that point,
location
Kanjima
is
has been abandoned for years.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
as a reference, the place would be in ruins anyway.
Don't. Was it this thing? Or the rose?
It was a rose. It's the rose.
Okay. Not peacock feathers.
I never remember the ball. I think it's number 2.
Yeah. Apples? Yeah, I think it's the leaves.
Maple leaves. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. I think it's. I like the little cases that the soul shells appear in, and I'm trying to think of what those are called. Because I've seen them in. What? Hello. I've seen them in exhibits as kind of like special transport containers for fragile objects. But
I always thought it was just sort of a glitch, to be honest, because it reminds me of how I don't know how to describe it. It's like in 3D games when you've got an object comprised of interlocked 2D sprites, and each sprite or decal has a certain area of it that is made transparent. So to give it that effect that it's just the decal, the detail part of the decal is the object.
Huh.
So sort of reminds me when that goes wrong and you just see the entire texture, if you will.
These lasers that are embedded in the wall here remind me of the laser hallway from RE4.
Yeah, I knew that something.
Actually, yeah, it does look exactly like the setup in that.
Yeah, and for those who don't know, there is some overlap. Shinji Mikami worked on both games, obviously. Leon Kennedy gets a gun called the killer7.
Yeah, and he holds it
form.
At least in the idle pose, holds it like Dan Smith. And it is basically Kaede's gun. Except without a scope function.
Yes.
And needless to say, the regenerators.
Yes. Oh god, regenerators.
Strangely enough, there is an enemy very close to the end of the game that is pretty much a regenerator.
Yeah.
In that you have to take it out the same way.
Right. I kind of want to say it's coming up soon. No, this is something else.
I think it's in Smile.
Okay. I seem to remember that Kess was the son of a miner and set off like a bomb or something. I don't remember. This is so awesome. These are among my favorite enemies to go up against.
Mm.
Yes. Love it when slow hit.
Here we go.
And this is it's so cool to me how when you go through the Vinculum Gate, you go through the doors on the right, you go up or down the staircase, and then Colosseum, the actual physical space that you would have traversed in real life had you not had this sort of like interdimensional, intervening space. And it's like the hallways that you go through are completely parallel. And whereas it would seem intuitive that, you know, you would go through the door on the left first if you wanted to get where you're going, it's like the process of binding these physical spaces together is somehow significant and, in a sense, integral to interacting with and success with it.
Hmm. And isn't there sort of a denial of gratification that comes from those? Because the little box in the middle that has a door with a staircase, I think that's where you ultimately go through in the end. But
Yeah.
in every target leading up to it, you see it there, and it obviously looks like it should be the destination, but you kind of swivel around it. Like it's almost like a mind.
It's a tease.
Yes, it's a tease. It's like the mind avoiding dealing with the most immediate problem and circumventing it by finding some other solution, and you just go in a different door, even though obviously the problem's right there in the center.
I believe in the second to last assignment, when you're making your way to the smile, like, it really does just like fake out. It's basically directly for the elevator or the central door, and then it sort of swerves.
Yeah.
And does a 180.
And as you'll see at the end of the game, that's actually really that's cute. It's clever. It's relevant to what's going on. So.
In fact, it's very telling.
Yes, very much so.
Very much, especially the fact that it basically does a 180.
It's also really interesting. It sort of hits up the kind of like the evasiveness that that characterizes so much of the game as well.
Wow, thanks for that advice.
That's what my father told me on my wedding night. Somebody brought up that Jean de Paul's design was maybe supposed to be like a solid state parody, but I don't know. This is the best.
I guess my speech was meaningless.
Oh, here. Okay. I guess I can see that.
You are great with the kids, last man. Children are pure. They know who's the strongest.
Damn it. Now, boy.
Yeah, if he's got you in stun lock, it's best to just try and aim at him, because then he chickens out.
No, at him. Maybe you misunderstood.
No.
Maybe I'm wrong?
No, it's fine.
Hey, got him. Or rather, he got himself.
Yeah, it's like I was slightly injured and...
Ow! That hurt so much, I think I'll kill myself.
Yeah, I like that delayed Hokuto no Ken head explosion from getting hit by drywall.
That's right. I mean, drywall is really what kills more agents in the field than anything.
It's just... Well, no.
You gotta raise awareness, I think.
Can you see he turned his gun on himself?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was just so embarrassing.
I know. It's like once like one assassin like screws up in front of another, it is. I mean, it's like yes, they have the pill to sort of like punch down on your molar and then suicide pill so they don't get your information and extort it out of you by torture. But there's also an unspoken code of like really don't embarrass yourself. It's not. It doesn't look good.
It's not good.
Kevin's idle animation. He lick his knife. Of course,
Yes.
they always lick their knives.
What do you mean they?
Any character that mainly uses a knife.
People who use
Oh.
knives.
Oh, right.
Bam.
Okay.
This scene is exceptional, so I think we should let it play.
Yeah.
Yep.
Taking advantage of us, aren't you? There's more than one scenario, you know.
You got this all mixed up, you monkey. Don't you think you can hold on to the bar forever when you're on the verge of death?
Listen to him, barking like a stupid dog.
So, you finally reveal your true self. You dirtbag.
I'll take that as a threat to the States.
Pong.
It's the one who designs first that wins.
I didn't know monkeys could design.
Don't underestimate the monkeys.
There are dogs bred for fighting, and they're mean sons of bitches.
How do I stop your barking?
Cheat.
What?
What can one knight possibly do? Don't you care about winning?
You really are a stupid dog. You'd better pay attention before someone puts a bullet in your head.
Shut up, monkey. Ricci.
Too bad. Like I said, I know your train of thought. Lawn.
Bullshit. Enough of the caviling. This is pathetic.
Yo! Cheater! That's a footy-tan! You got no hand.
What?
Shit. It's all over.
And then it just kicks straight into Susie's kind of groovy, lax music. That's great.
We've all had days like that, right?
I mean, I
right?
know when negotiations break down, sometimes, I mean, you know, yeah, you just don't want to be the one to have to clean up the mess. Yeah, she's a charmer.
I wonder if she's referring to the person or if she actually saw a daddy long legs.
Let me check Zuta's Twitter.
And Susie shuts her own box. Very accomplished for a head.
Very self-sufficient.
Here we go. I find it's interesting to me because, like, I guess that I don't think that Jean de Paul is a remnant psyche as such here, but he shows up as the remnant psyches do, and there are several other of these apparitions that show up on a temporary basis, like after they're dead. So I don't know if this is I don't know if like ghosts are sort of like independent things in this universe outside of Harmon's absorption of people. But I kind of wonder, like, if this was like an attempt to have absorbed Paul. And that it's what Jarrell had been saying previously about the prefacing that final.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's interesting. When I played, there were two another smiles hanging on the ceiling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know why that isn't
Paul.
so here.
Heck. Also, Matsuken would be Kinichiro Matsuoka.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, the game doesn't really, it just kind of gives you those points to connect.
Yeah, just a given person's relationship with that character, they'll just refer to him as they please and deal with it, figure it out.
To the roof.
Weird.
Wait a minute, did you forget to hit this?
Is there... I perhaps did.
Yeah, there's a switch in the basement. You have to hit it. Swaps the elevator around.
Oh, okay. I bet that's probably why the ceiling smiles didn't appear.
Mm.
Ah. Or it doesn't mix, but you know.
I'm kind of curious if you can still destroy the ceiling even outside of that boss fight. Nope. This isn't a boss fight anymore, therefore this is a stable structure.
Nope.
I love Kevin's belt. Just that big, gaudy thing. I think, is this a coyote thing? I think it might be.
Your little heads, though.
That's right. No shit, Travis. Oh, there we go.
Oh.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, it's interesting that this, I didn't think about this until now, but, oh, that's right, that's where the audio grading goes. I didn't think about this until now, but, what the hell am I saying? The the suspicion that Travis cast upon the circumstances right there, that somebody's pulling strings, actually makes sense given what you find out about American politics as Japanese infiltrated. That Japan is manipulating the votes for their own candidates.
Yes.
So I guess that would be why they let the UN party live, because those are essentially. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Because those are essentially the same people who are infiltrating American politics in the name of Japan.
Do you remember what Travis's shirt said back there, by the way? It was partially obfuscated.
No, but I can go check
at the time.
Those poison smiles?
I mean, it was half covered regardless. I was just curious.
I'm curious as well, but I'm going to go back and take a look. Those poison smiles are perhaps the worst thing on Killer 8, because the only way to actually destroy them is to hit the sweet spot, and sometimes you don't know, like if it's in a leg, you don't know if you're intercepting if a thigh or something is intercepting it, or what.
Hit the sweet spot, yeah. Well, that's what Harmon's for.
I think it says spiral. Well, like...
Oh. I could have sworn you uploaded to GameFAQs a Travis Shirts guide. I thought I remembered you doing that, but I don't see it up there anymore.
No.
No, it's there. It's
Travis monologue.
Embedded in the...
Yeah, I did that.
Monologue.
I can't believe how much I used to like video games.
Yeah, it is fine. Yeah, now you only play like 80 hours of Tokyo Jungle at a time. Like, right. Man, what's it? How's it come to this? All right. So this chapter is nearing its end.
And yeah, you can sometimes get away with things at the last second.
Wow.
But then as soon as you aim, the invisibility wears off.
Oh, nice.
That is so cool looking.
What are we talking about? Oh, that.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the flash.
Is this Karate Kid deal or?
Yeah, exactly. Travis got illegally kicked in the knee.
What it evokes, didn't it? Can you make out what it says on the shirt, Eddie?
Let me see. Rainbow.
I can pull it back up.
It says rainbow.
Oh.
Yep.
He's right.
God, I hate when you see that sort of moment of visual distortion as they appear. It's interesting because like the visual distortion is sort of similar to the way that some of the Killer7 manifests, like through video cameras.
Hmm.
I love this. God, I love this. How abstract and vague and speculative this language is.
I cannot accept the way the homeland kills.
Just like that's That is a very unique statement. I mean, just it's a unique utterance, and the fact that several of those appear in this game is one of the reasons why I love it so much.
Mm.
Let's see. I've got more thick blood than I can use.
Don't make me shit. Fuck it.
So we're coming up on the boss here.
Yeah.
Sure, that was what.
I see what you mean, Hal, about the lights. Light up the door. There. This is such a
Can you
strange...
just go in?
Say what?
No, you can't just go in. There's a big blanket over the door.
Oh, right. Right, my bad.
Yeah, for some reason somebody put that there.
Gotta follow proper procedure. I mean, blanket on door, blow it off with the wind ring. I
It's...
appreciate other cultures.
You really think you're better than us because we're old men? You're not getting out of here alive. Japan's not going down just yet. Not without a fight. We'll show him, right, partner?
It's Kaede
Yep.
time.
I like this not just for what it immediately works as within the pod itself, but just the sort of cultural discomfort with the concept of the aging, nearly the soon-to-be irrelevant salaryman and their desperation to cling to relevancy, and where or the other of this kind of is just like a wacky abstraction of that. And,
Oops. Man. I remember this fight. For some reason, this was the fight that gave me the most trouble consistently.
You've forgotten what to do.
No, I know what to do. I mean, I know the brains that fly at you are not like the brains to hit. But I can never remember how to get the angle on that one guy's head. Oh, right, shoot the tie.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, again, like silently anti-corporate.
Not fast enough.
Oh, for... Oh.
Silly Kaede, you have to count your rounds.
I'm a professional. Ah.
What a gentleman, right? Like,
There we go. That's how to shoot an old man in the brain.
a tutorial.
Should you need to use this...
SB exclusive tutorial. Yes. Life hacks.
kind of cute that he sneezes and get the brain in the back of his skull kind of gets catapulted into the air.
What's cuter, really?
That's really, I mean,
Come on.
whenever Granddad retired, that's what we always brought people over to see. How is that not hitting? I mean, clearly I'm doing it wrong, but...
That's mean for cheap.
I think it's interesting how, like, Harmon...
This is the first time in a game where it really requires precision aiming.
Sure enough.
Oh, right, I got him.
What about Harmon?
Okay, that doesn't matter anymore. Oh, that's right. He does this weird bending thing, and
Gotta wait for him to
yeah.
lower his head. But yeah, sort of couched over to the left like that. Vantage point is on. Wow.
Ah.
I have a bit of trouble with this fight too, and I found that if you just sit over towards the right and just sort of snipe the little brain he shoots out and leaves one, that lets you, just gives you a bit of insurance.
Okay. So...
Oh.
They look like delicious meatballs.
I can assure you they will be far from delicious.
Oh, you'll assure me of that, will you? Oh, wow. I did not know you could shoot the flowers. And it gave you... It even gave me a, like a little... You hit...
sound of... Yeah. I don't recall it shooting both flowers if there's anything.
Can I possibly hit from over here?
You'll definitely have a better time of it if you hang around the right side of the room.
Okay, so hang out over here is what you're saying? Like hang over on the right side of the room and use this...
We're having audio issues.
Okay.
Again. Hold on.
Yeah, like, and when he does